The year was 1920. The Great War had ended, but its shadow still loomed large. Air travel was in its infancy, a daring adventure for the few. On December 14th, a Handley Page 0400 transport plane prepared for a routine flight from London to Paris. It was a journey that promised progress and connection between two great cities. The Handley Page 0400 was a testament to innovation, a converted bomber now tasked with carrying passengers across the English Channel. It was a symbol of hope, a sign that the world was moving on from the horrors of war. The passengers, a mix of businessmen and adventurers, boarded the plane with a sense of anticipation. They were pioneers in their own right, embracing the future of travel. The flight was scheduled to depart from Cricklewood Aerodrome, a bustling hub of activity on the outskirts of London. The air was thick with the smell of fuel and the sound of engines roaring to life. Excitement filled the air as the passengers settled into their seats, ready for the journey ahead. Little did they know that fate had other plans for them. As the plane taxied down the runway and lifted into the air, it carried with it the dreams and aspirations of those on board. The flight path would take them over the English countryside, across the Channel, and into the heart of France. It was a journey that promised new experiences and opportunities, a chance to connect with the wider world. The passengers looked out of the windows, their faces filled with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. The adventure had begun. The Handley Page 0400 was a marvel of engineering for its time. Originally designed as a heavy bomber during the war, it was later adapted for civilian use. With its massive wingspan and twin engines, it symbolized power and progress. The 0400 played a crucial role in the war, carrying out bombing raids over enemy territory. Its ability to withstand enemy fire made it a formidable weapon. After the war, Handley Page repurposed these aircraft for peacetime use. The 0400's spacious interior was ideal for transporting passengers and cargo. The company converted these bombers into comfortable airliners. Bomb bays were replaced with passenger cabins, complete with plush seats and large windows. The 0400 became a symbol of peace and progress. Powered by two Rolls-Royce Eagle engines, each generating over 350 horsepower, these engines gave the 0400 impressive performance capabilities. It could carry up to 12 passengers and a crew of 2 and fly non-stop from London to Paris. The 0400 was a testament to post-war ingenuity and adaptability. It represented a shift in thinking, using technology for good after years of destruction. Despite its conversion, the 0400 retained some military characteristics, and its sturdy construction and powerful engines handled challenging conditions. The large wingspan provided stability, and high ground clearance allowed operation from rough airfields. The 0400 was versatile, capable of flying in various conditions. It was a testament to the durability of its design and the skill of its engineers. As the Handley Page 0400 took off from Cricklewood Aerodrome, it was met with the unforgiving embrace of a London fog. The city was notorious for its thick fogs, especially during the winter months. These fogs were caused by a combination of factors, including industrial pollution and the damp, cold air that settled over the city. On this particular day, the fog was particularly dense, reducing visibility to a few meters. The fog was a constant menace to aviation in the early days. Navigation and pilots relied heavily on visual cues to guide them. The fog, however, obscured these cues, making it extremely difficult to fly safely. Pilots often had to rely on their instincts and experience to navigate through the dense fogs. The Handley Page 0400, despite its size and power, was not immune to the dangers posed by the fog. The pilots, their vision obscured by the swirling white mist, struggled to maintain their bearings. Instruments for flying in such conditions were primitive. The fog, like a thick blanket, muffled sound and swallowed light, creating a disorienting and claustrophobic atmosphere. The passengers, unaware of the danger lurking just outside their windows, chatted amongst themselves, their voices a stark contrast to the muffled roar of the engines. The fog was a constant reminder of the challenges faced by early aviators. It was a formidable adversary, testing the limits of their skill and courage. The pilots, their nerves on edge, knew that one wrong move in the fog could spell disaster, and the fate of the flight and the lives of those on board hung precariously in the balance as the Handley Page 0400 pressed on through the dense, unforgiving fog. On a fateful day in 1920, the serene neighborhood of Golders Green was shattered by an unexpected tragedy. A Handley Page transport flight carrying passengers and crew met with a catastrophic end. The crash left the community in shock, grappling with the sudden loss and devastation. In the wake of the disaster, the residents of Golders Green came together in an incredible display of solidarity. Neighbors, friends, and even strangers offered their help and support to those affected. The community's response was a testament to their resilience and compassion as they worked tirelessly to provide comfort and aid to the survivors and the families of the victims. The crash claimed the lives of several individuals, each with their own stories, dreams, and loved ones left behind. Among the victims were men, women, and children whose lives were tragically cut short. Yet amidst the sorrow, there were also tales of survival. Those who lived through the ordeal carried with them the harrowing memories, forever changed by the events of that day. Following the tragedy, an inquest was held to determine the cause of the crash and to seek justice for the victims. The investigation uncovered critical details, shedding light on the circumstances that led to the disaster. The findings prompted changes in aviation safety protocols, aiming to prevent such a catastrophe from happening again. The aftermath of the inquest brought a sense of closure to some, while others continued to mourn and remember those they had lost.